We're back for a fourth time.
Damn internet.
We're making sequels faster than George Lucas and company are making Star Wars movies.
Good joke. So I was just talking about the King Kong Escape. Finally got my own copy of it. And speaking of King Kong Escapes, which kind of takes us to Joe. I know he's wanting us to kind of find it. I think, according to one of his messages, not too long ago, to find a Japanese version of King Kong vs. Godzilla. And I think another video, which I still need to look up that message again and see which other one he was asking about. So hopefully try to get it into the dealer's room tomorrow and try to find at least a Japanese version of King Kong vs. Godzilla.
Yeah, I don't think we will, but we'll still.
Yeah. So King Kong Escapes, one of my editions, and then another one. Finally got Varan the Unbelievable. I tried to get a digital copy of this from Kent, but for some reason the subtitles didn't want to stick onto the video itself, so I had to pretty much wait for another year to get this video. So finally glad to own this.
It only took them 8 years after they released the DVD.
Yeah, pretty much. So, so at least finally got that taken care of. And then my last DVD purchase for day one is a Dagora. I know I've seen this at least a couple times. I bought, or not bought, borrowed Kent's copy at least a couple times during the years, especially during my college time up in Minneapolis. So finally got my own copy for Dagora. So there's that, and that's kind of pretty much it, my DVD collection. And then my next one's here. I finally got around to purchasing a couple of Bob Eggleton.
Took them a year. I tried getting him to purchase this one last.
Yeah, but I was kind of somewhat hesitant. It's like I really didn't know what to do, especially when I was when I was living with parents at the time during this time last year. So I wasn't quite sure if I should buy one or just kind of possibly wait until this year. So which I of course did. So this print here is the Godzilla 1985 version. And it seems like he's kind of in the ocean there and such. So there's that. And then the other one is also another drawing of Godzilla 1985 when he's sinking into Mount Mihara and stuff, which is a pretty awesome one, which I say. So there's those prints from Bob Eggleton, and then some of my other purchases is a couple of T-shirts here. One's the official G-Fest 21. I got another green one this year. This one's a little bit darker one compared to the G-Fest 19 last year, and this one's got white print for the graphic instead of kind of like a hot yellow-green than the G-Fest 19 T-shirt from last year. So there's that, and then I got me this T-shirt here of the World Destruction Tour with the Godzilla 1985 version of Godzilla. It's got all the cities and back here with a big, huge destroyer going across them. So got that. And then my final purchase of the day, which is the most expensive one so far, is SH Monster Art Burning Godzilla. So I've been kind of looking at some of these for quite some time during our extended time at the dealer's room. And I know that they had quite a few of Destroya figures in there, but they were pretty much gobbled up maybe about within a half hour to an hour. So that was kind of out of the question, but the only ones that I saw that they had left was Mechagodzilla 2, the Heisei version, Morgira, the Space Godzilla version, Burning Godzilla 1, Fire Rodan, and Godzilla Jr. from Destroya. So, and I kind of had a hard time choosing which one I wanted to get first, but finally I ended up getting the Burning Godzilla figure, which I think it was a good buy. Nice things. I'm really glad that I made the decision to go with this one for the time being. So those are my purchases for day one. So why don't we take a look at some of your own purchases, Kent? Yeah, I told him to kind of get his stuff prepared, but he decided to be a lazy ass.
Look at how short it took me to do that. Kind of like last year, I did mostly a T-shirt and art purchasing because I don't know. That's just how I am. I did buy one figure on it, but I will show you that. The first piece I will show you from Jay Hoffman. This is something I wanted to buy last year, but he sold out, and it is the kind of the silhouette at the end of Godzilla vs. Destroy, and I just think that is really cool. I just think that that is a very good representation. Kind of like it has this invincibility, this power to the picture. This is a new one from Jay, and I thought it was really cool. And my love of Gamera has been growing within the last year. It is, I believe it's the Gamera 3 version, and he's flying with the moon. And I just thought that was really neat. And then this other picture, he didn't have any of these available to sell last year, but he had them this year, and I wanted to buy it. It is a print of Godzilla vs. Bylane, and it's like the typical scene where Godzilla is probably about ready to stick his head into Bylane's mouth. And I just think that these are wonderful pictures, and so I picked them up. I picked them up at a very good price too. They were
how much were they?
The two colored ones were $10 each, and then the Godzilla one was $5. Let's see here. See if I can find that figure. Here it is. Now, the figure I bought, I was looking at this on eBay back in the winter, but one guy was being a jerk and wouldn't give me a good deal on one. And I thought this was a Super Deform, and it technically is, but it's not a finger puppet. And it is a figure of the 95 Gamera. And I really like this one because it's realistic, and I love my figures to look realistic, and everyone knows that I'm getting back into Super Deforms, or really have loved Super Deforms. And I thought this would go very well with my collection. So I picked that up for $5. So the guy who wouldn't give me a deal, I got it cheaper than what you'd offer me. So I got that. And then the rest of this is going to be T-shirts. I got quite a few T-shirts. I also picked up an official G-Fest
About time.
T-shirt.
A year later.
But this one is black, but it's the same design, just in black.
Same graphic color.
Yeah, it's black.
It's kind of a little bit of a silverish gray.
And then this one here is from the Famous Monsters of Filmland collection. This one, the art, of course, is done by Bob Eggleton, and it was on the Famous Monsters of Filmland. I just thought this was cool. Showa, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Destruction. You got Anguirus and Jet Jaguar in the picture as well.
Yeah, a little bit stranded heat out there.
That's okay. I'll cut it off. And I just thought that was really cool. Hopefully,
and was that your most expensive purchase?
It's tied. This was $30 because the guy who was selling these was saying it cost him a lot of money to make these.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of color that has to be incorporated.
Well, it's a
within
lot
that
of
shirt.
detail in general.
Yeah.
This is a repurchase from last year. I purchased this last year, and the reason why I bought it again was because the shirt that I bought last year, the hemming was coming undone at the bottom. In fact, it was on the back. Like, most of the back of the stitching had come off of that shirt from this one I had bought last year. And I thought, well, heck, if I were to wear that shirt and wash it, that the shirt's probably going to, it's just a matter of time until it actually falls apart. So I repurchased that one. This, too, was a shirt I wanted to buy last year, but again, it's sold out. It's essentially a movie poster shirt of Godzilla vs. Space God.